Hello, I'm your host Edge, and today we're going to be reviewing Doctor Strange. Now, Doctor Strange is the latest Marvel movie. It's the second film in their Phase 3, in case you weren't keeping count. It's really good. Really solid movie. I honestly didn't think I would be getting to do this video this soon. I thought I wasn't going to see it till Sunday, but I caught a late showing of it last night, and want to give you my initial thoughts, and then my next review of it will be a spoiler review. We're going to dive a little more in depth, maybe, give you some of my secondary thoughts, and dig into some spoilers and what this might mean for the MC Universe. But this is a spoiler-free review, so you don't need to worry about any spoilers. This is my initial first thoughts. So without further ado, let's get into this. First of all, the villain. He's just kind of a dark-eyed baddie, just kind of there, just because there has to be a bad guy. So nothing really interesting about him. I mean, he does have motivations for what he's doing, but he just isn't interesting or compelling. So, meh. My second problem with this movie is it's very funny in parts. It's not the most humor-filled movie in the MCU. And I heard that originally it was even less humor, and they added humor in later. And it shows at some parts. There's a lot of times I really enjoyed the situational humor. I really enjoyed the witty humor from Benedict Cumberbatch, but there was some times where I'm like, I feel like that just took me out of the movie. I feel like that wasn't the place for a joke right there. But it's all subjective, so other people might disagree with me on that one. But I feel like it was kind of unnecessary at parts. Especially where it's like, oh yeah, okay. That's a joke, okay. The climax. Now, of course, climaxes are super spoiler territory, so I'm going to be pretty vague here, and then I'll talk about it more in depth in my spoiler review. But it kind of rushed. Kind of a rushed climax. Without saying too much, there was some stuff that was lacking in this climax. It wasn't tense enough, and it was kind of rushed. Once again, I'll dive into that more in my spoiler review. So let's get into some of the positives of this movie, because this is a great movie. This is a beautiful movie. This is amazing. If you can, see this on the big screen. See it in theaters, see it in IMAX if you can. See it in IMAX 3D if you can. I'm not going to see it in IMAX 3D, but I am going to see it in 3D on Sunday. This is just a beautiful movie. The shots are beautiful. Even before any of the sorcery starts, it's amazing. I was so compelled by Doctor Strange's story, just as a doctor, and just the shots, and it's so beautiful. Oh, there's one really cool scene where he's performing this surgery, and just the way they kind of set it up, it was just amazing. A lot of shots, focusing on his hands. This is not spoiler territory. You saw this in the trailer. He gets the use of his hands taken away. Just at the starting of the movie, focusing on his hands, what they're doing. Every shot in this movie is so beautiful. All the special effects, the CGI is amazing. Sometimes CGI can be just yep, that's some CGI. But this is just beautiful and artistic. It's used as a really amazing tool. It gave Inception a run for its money. This is a beautiful, breathtaking movie. Man, the fight scenes. These fight scenes were some of the most creative fight scenes I've seen in a long time. Just awesome. Once again, I can't get into too much spoiler territory, but I'll talk about that more in my spoiler review. But these are some awesome fight scenes. There's a point where you're like, I'm really watching this. I am really watching this, and this is ridiculous, but this is the coolest thing I've ever seen, and it works. It's the weirdest thing ever, but it works. These are some awesome fight scenes, and I plan to get this on DVD just to watch these fight scenes alone, on top of all the other cool stuff in this. Let's move on to the next positive. I promise I'll learn these actors' names in my spoiler review, but for now, the woman who played the Ancient One, awesome. She just has this vibe of just I'm the boss whenever she arrives on the screen. Just amazing performance. The guy who played Baron Mordo, just amazingness. I really enjoyed his role in there. There was some really funny parts from the guy who played Wong. Really balanced though. They didn't make him just a stupid bumbling guy like I expected they would. It's just really, really funny stuff. Benedict Cumberbatch, he's born to play this role. I'm convinced that this guy was born for the sole purpose to play Doctor Strange. Just like Robert Downey Jr. was born to play Iron Man, and it just works. It just works. Just kidding. Benedict Cumberbatch is amazing in any role he plays, including Sherlock, and yeah, just anything he plays in. He's just awesome. Let's be honest. And I'm really glad that we got him for the MCU because, boom, he just dominates, and he's awesome. So for my final thoughts, this is a great movie. It has a couple problems. It's a little rushed at places, and it lacks a good villain like some of the other MCU movies have. But it's a great world-building movie, and it really sets the foundation for adding magic into the MCU. This does this. These are what these do. This is who this is. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Doctor Strange in the upcoming movies and in his second movie, because you know they're going to make a second one. And this is just a visually stunning movie that you're going to want to see in IMAX 3D because it just is epic. I'm going to give Doctor Strange an A-. That's all I have for now. Check out some of my other stuff I'm doing. I'm doing a Nerd Alert podcast. I used to do the Nerd Alert segments on this channel, but I've switched that to a podcast because I feel like those take a little bit of a longer time to do, and it can better be done in podcast form. So check out Nerd Alert on Podbean, and I'm looking to see if I can actually put the podcasts on my channel. But anyway, for now, just go to Podbean and check some of that out. I'm also planning to do a spoiler review of this, as I said before, and also a review of the movie Church of Felons, which I said I was going to do before, but because of some problems that I ran into, I wasn't able to do it, but I'm finally got it on DVD, and I'm going to do it for y'all, and it's a really great movie, so as always, see you next time.